Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Let me share my screen. Share. Let me know when you're able to see my screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So today we are talking about 1.9 to 1.93. Okay. I had a note, so somehow I lost my notes. Let me see where it is. Yeah, that's anyway. So, yeah, I've misplaced my notes. But anyway, let me search this one. I searched and I looking for this one. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what we will do, we'll talk about today's class is about the here. If you look at here, right? So let's repeat this. Tara madhye moksha vancha kaitava pradana yaha haite Krishna bhakti haya antardana. So this sloka, translation by Prabhupada ki jai. Here, the foremost process of cheating is to desire to achieve liberation by merging into the Supreme. For this causes the permanent disappearance of loving service to Krishna.
Krishna.
So the purport, can you read purport, Mataji?
Yes. The desire to merge into impersonal Brahman is the subtlest type of atheism. As soon as such atheism, disguised in the dress of liberation, is encouraged, and one becomes completely unable to traverse the path of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Godhead. Okay, then we'll read the next one and then we'll summarize. Okay, here is Parashabde moksha binasidir api nirastaha iti. So Prabhupada's translation, the prefix pra in the verse Srimad Bhagavatam indicates the desire for liberation is completely rejected. Okay, this is a annotation by Sridhara Swami, the great commentator on Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, yeah, so basically, what we are trying to say here is that in the previous slokas in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it has been explained how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu talking about Dharmartha Kama Moksha. That's a
Yes.
This is the shloka from Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, second shloka. This one, Dharma Pujita Kaitavatra Paramanimnastaranam Satim. This is the first 112 actually. Srimad Bhagavatam shloka. Yeah, it is 112. It explaining that Kaitava Dharma, Dharma Purujita Kaitavatro. The Kaitava Dharma is the cheating religion. That is the Vedas. Before coming to Vedanta Sutras, Vedas have been divided into three equal parts, right? Vedas are Karma Kanda section, Jnana Kanda section, Upasana Kanda section. So, and the bhakti which is taught in the Vedas is not like ultimate goal of the life, okay? Then Vyasadeva, he wrote all these Puranas and Vedas, then he was not happy. Then finally came with Srimad Bhagavatam, which gives the Bhagavad Dharma, that is Prema Dharma. Okay, but up to this point in the Vedas, it is given that Dharmartha Kama Moksha, that moksha is not a permanent liberation. And that is also based upon religiosity, economic development, sense gratification. Then you get the liberation, which is a false liberation. But the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and if you look at the previous shloka before this shloka, it has explained that these two personalities, the darkness of ignorance is called Kaitava Dharma. Okay, the way of cheating, which begins with religiosity, economic developments, sense gratification, and liberation. This liberation is, if you based on these three things, religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, this liberation is not a real liberation. Okay, and if you look before that shloka, it explained that the two personalities, two brothers, Gaura and Nitai, they came to this world to dissipate the darkness of ignorance, covering the living beings, enlighten them with knowledge of absolute truth. And this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to this world, that the Bhagavad Dharma, Prema Dharma. love of God has been given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And whatever we have been taught, Dharma Provista Kaita Vatro, that is not a real liberation. And with context to that one, when you go to the next shloka here, it is explaining that there are very many varieties of liberation processes are there even. Okay, I have some here. Actually, I had a good notes, but Prabhupada saying that there are there are 5 types of liberations. Okay, and those 5 liberations are, one is Samipya, Sarujya, Sasti. Okay, actually, I had notes. I don't know where I forgot my notes. Give me 1 second if I find these things here somewhere. Uh, yeah, if you look at here, right? If you look at here, Salokya, okay, Samipya, Sarupya, Sayujya, Sasti. These are 5 kinds of liberations we have. Okay, then we'll discuss what is these liberations, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave it to us. Okay, Salokya means that after material liberation, one is promoted to the planet where the Supreme Personality of Godhead resides. Okay, this is called Salokya Mukti. Actually, why I'm talking these points is here, Prabhupada beautifully writes that the desire to merge into impersonal Brahman is the subtlest type of atheism. It means that the Mayavadis who want to merge into the impersonal Brahman of the Supreme Lord are not I want to not the final thing, and they are kind of a atheist. It means that they are not accepting the Supreme Person as a person. They're just trying to take his Brahma Jyoti and think that is Krishna, and they merge into the impersonal Brahman. And that is again, it's a kind of a subtle type of atheism. It means the moment you reject Krishna as a person, that falls into a subtle type of atheism. They're not completely atheist, but they're kind of atheist. Means you're not accepting Krishna as a person. Okay, and that's the first thing. That's why Prabhupada is saying here in this purport that thinking that Krishna is, any person who wanted to go to impersonal Brahman, right? And they are basically rejecting that God is a person. As soon as such atheism disguised in the dress of liberation is encouraged, one becomes completely unable to traverse the path of devotional service. So the moment we take up the Mayavad philosophy and God is impersonal, there is a certain type of atheism that means that we did not have a chance to do his devotional service that's with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For example, when the effulgence coming from Lord Sri Krishna, you think that is Krishna, what kind of service you would render to the impersonal the light rays? Right? There's no service involved. That means that is as good as not accepting Krishna. It's as good as atheism, basically. That's what Prabhupada putting those words. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he gave the Prema Dharma. He gave the Panchama Purushartha, Dharmartha Kama Moksha. That moksha is not. The Panchama Purushartha he gave is reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita, which is Panchama Purushartha, that Panchama Purushartha will lead us to our designation where you wanted to go. Here, out of these 5 kinds of liberations, there are devotees, Salokya. Salokya, this is also Salokya liberation. That means that after material liberation, one is promoted to the planet where Supreme Personality of Godhead resides. For example, we are all thinking like now I want to go back to Godhead, Goloka Vrindavan. So when you go to that, that's called Salokya liberation. That means that after material liberation, one is promoted to the planet where Supreme Personality of Godhead resides. That is Salokya. Then, next one is Samipya, means remaining an associate of the Supreme Lord. That is the meaning of Samipya. Then we have Sarupya. Sarupya means attaining the four-handed form exactly like that of the Lord. Anybody can think which location is this one? Sarupya means on the call?
Vishnu form?
Yes, absolutely. Vaikunta, Vishnu form. Absolutely. So Vishnu is 400 Narayana form. If you go to Vaikunta planets, awe and reverence, then that is a Sarupya. For example, we have seen so many examples that Lord Krishna, the Lord Vishnu comes on Garuda and takes. In the case of when you read this, our great Dham, the elephant, right? What is the Gajendra Moksha?
Rajendra Moksha.
Gajendra Moksha. In the Gajendra Moksha, the moment Gajendra started praying, right? Because Gajendra tried in different ways of escaping from the crocodile. But what happened was that ultimately Gajendra is so powerful, but he was caught by the crocodile in the water, which is very mean compared to the size of elephant. Crocodile is nothing, but the power of amount of power the crocodile gets in the water is enormous that the gigantic body of elephant could not able to help himself. He tried with his kids, he tried, all his wives came, friends came, everybody came, but nobody was able to even rescue him. Then Prabhupada writes in the beautifully that because Gajendra had a previous history of the devotional service, because he was a King Indradumna in the previous lifetime, because of Agastya Muni, I guess, because of his curse, he became an elephant. But he was a devotee of the Lord because he remembered, because he was devotee in the previous lifetime, and after all the rescue operations have been exhausted, then that a small amount of remembrance comes from Krishna, right? Krishna says in the 15:15, Matta Smriti Jnanam Apohanancha. Matta Smriti means both remembrance and forgetfulness comes from me. And that way, he was able to remember his past devotional service. Hmm? And that is what we say that any amount of devotional service performed to Lord Sri Krishna never ever go in waste. That will be written in our eternal bank account. We all know that, right? That fact. Am I talking to devotee? Am I in the call or not? Oh, I'm
Nobody's
there.
answering.
Oh, okay, okay. Because I just make sure that I'm in the right place and
You are right, bless you,
oh,
Prabhuji.
okay. And
We are
they're able to
listening.
hear me as well. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, yes, we are listening.
Sorry,
Hare,
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Correct. I'm not able.
Yes, Prabhu, we are listening. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So that's how Gajendra, and when Gajendra prayed, within a fraction of a second, so the Lord Vishnu came on the Garuda Vahana. We call Garuda Vahana Narayana. He came and he took him, and the Gajendra got the uh, same 400 form when he went back to Lord. So that's called Sarupya. Sarupya means attaining a 400 form exactly like that of the Lord. And other means Sastri means attaining opulences like those of the Supreme
Supreme
Lord.
Lord.
Okay, and Sayujya Mukti means merging into the impersonal Brahman of the Lord. So this is the one Prabhupada talking Sayujya. So Sayujya means basically we are not accepting Krishna as a person. The purport Prabhupada explains beautifully. Desire to merge into impersonal Brahman. If you look at here, same thing, right? Impersonal Brahman.
Mhm.
Into Brahman effulgence of the Lord. And that is actually a spiritual suicide. Prabhupada writes in some of the purports that spiritual suicide. What kind of service you would like to do for Lord Sri Krishna when Vidur, okay? So that is this no service. So Prabhupada writes beautifully, Salokya living on the same planet as Supreme Lord. The Supreme Person in his different planetary expansions lives on innumerable Vaikuntha planets. And the chief planet is Krishna Loka. Right? That is what we have been anchoring. Just as within the material universe, the chief planet is the sun, in the spiritual world, the chief planet is Krishna Loka,
Krishna
which is
Loka.
called Goloka Vrindavan. From Krishna Loka, the bodily effulgence of Lord Krishna is distributed not only to the spiritual world but to the material world as well. Whatever light we have been seeing in this material world is all the effulgence coming from Lord Sri Krishna. Where moon and sun are getting their energies from Lord Sri Krishna. It is covered by matter. However, in the material world, in the spiritual world, there are innumerable Vaikuntha planets. You see, when you go to all the Vaikuntha, there's not a one single Vaikuntha. Innumerable Vaikuntha planets, innumerable Vishnus and Lakshmis are there in Vaikuntha planets. Okay, and on each of the Lord is predominating deity. What is that? Vishnu. A devotee can promote to one such Vaikuntha planet to live with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, that's one there. And in Strasti, liberation, the opulence of the devotee is equal to the opulence of the Supreme Lord. Okay, instead of asti. And Samipya means to be personal associate of the Supreme Lord.
Supreme Lord.
Liberation, the bodily features of the devotee is exactly like those for Supreme Person, but after 2 or 3 symptoms found exclusively on the transcendental body of Lord. So yeah, and exactly like 400 shape, but there are 2, 3 items like Sivasta, Kaustuba, and all these things doesn't exist. For example, hair on the chest of the body, particularly distinguished from him of the devotee. So very, very minuscule, very minute differences are there, but you exactly get the same features of the Lord Sri Krishna, Lord Vishnu. Okay. And Prabhupada beautifully ends here. A pure devotee does not accept these kinds of 5 kinds of spiritual existence, even if they're offered, because our devotees, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains, Bhakti and Mukti are doorkeepers for us. Bhakti and Mukti are Bhakti and Mukti are doorkeepers for us. It means that they are waiting for us to serve, but we're interested only to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead with a pure devotion. Here, if you look at that, and he certainly does not hanker after material benefits, which are also insignificant in comparison to spiritual benefits. When Prahlad Maharaj was offered some material benefits, he stated, "My dear Lord, I have seen that my father achieved all kinds of material benefits, and even the demigods were afraid of his opulence. But still, in a second, you have finished him in his life, and all his material prosperity." So, any kind of liberation, anything without devotional service, they don't make any sense. Okay, and Prahlad Maharaj giving an example. Prahlad Maharaj asked what kind of benefit you want. Right? When the Hiranyakashipu was killed, Prahlad Maharaj, when the Prahlad Maharaj takes darshan of Lord Narasimha Bhagavan, he asks, "Okay, what boon you wanted? My Lord, I have seen that my father achieved all kinds of material benefits, but even the demigods were afraid of his opulence. When Hiranyakashipu ruling, all the 3 worlds are trembling, right? But in fraction of a second, Krishna was able to finish him, because Hiranyakashipu has taken all kinds of assurances from Lord Brahma. He said that I should not be killed by X and Y, I should not be killed by Y and Z, I should not be killed this, that. He came with so many permutations and combinations not to be killed. But the Supreme Lord, who is the intelligence of the intelligence, ability in the man, okay, and he can come with anything. So he came with Adhikamas, and he killed him neither on the floor, on his in the lap, and he was killed in the dawn or dusk, in the dusk evening time. He said not morning and evening, he said to choose the dusk as the time to kill him. So that is how, when the Supreme Lord decides to kill, what is that? There is a Shastra, Rake Krishna Mare Krishna Rake. If Krishna wants to save, nobody can kill us. If Krishna wants to kill, nobody can save us. So this how all these different types of liberations described here, and devotees are not at all interested in anything. They may be offered. For example, we wanted to serve Supreme Lord wherever we are. So the pure devotee of the Lord always thinks, what is the shloka explains in Bhagavatam? Narayana Parasarve Nakutaschala Vibyati Swargeshu Narakeshu Apavargeshu Tulyada Darshanam. That is what we wanted to see. Tulyada means whether you put me in the hell or you put me in the heaven, I would like to have your services to be seen, services to be performed for you. That is a pure devotee always aspires for that one. Okay, so that is how the different liberations and different items which has described, and that's why Prabhupada is clearly explaining. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, basically in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explaining here, the desire to merge into impersonal Brahman is the subtle type of atheism. The moment you reject that Krishna is a person, it's kind of atheism. You don't admit atheism. Atheism means you don't believe the existence of the soul. The God is a person. As soon as atheism, disguised in the dress of liberation, is encouraged, one becomes completely unable to traverse the path of devotional service. They are miles away from the devotional service. Why? Because when you have a relationship with the light, and that's it, you are done forever. There is no one-to-one relationship. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is what explained. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave a secret, in the ninth chapter, Krishna says, Parama Vidya, Parama Guhyam. That Parama Guhyam, which is the secret of all secrets, has been given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is the secrets of the secrets? Dasa Dasa Anudasa. That is the topmost secret. 9.2 explains, 9.1, 9 explains beautifully. Paramavidya Paramaguyam Pavitram Idamuttamam. That is very joyfully performed. I can just refer that shloka as well to give some just ninth chapter confidential knowledge here. See, ninth in the Bhagavad Gita, ninth and 10th chapters are considered to be the crux of it, right? Here, Prabhupada, this is a shloka which gives the whole essence of our topmost secret.
Rajavidya.
Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharmayam Susukam Kartamabhyayam.
Okay.
Says that this knowledge is king of education. Which knowledge? That Bhagavad Gita knowledge. And what is Bhagavad Gita is teaching us? First 1 to 6 chapters, they talk about who are
Karma
you?
Yoga.
Relationship you, who is God, who are you, how to form that relationship. And also 1 to 6 chapters gives the difference between matter and spirit. Matter and spirit, how you convert matter into spirit. Third chapter, fourth chapter, even fifth chapter, you go there, how to act in Krishna consciousness, how to convert a matter into a spirit, right? And this is again also 1 to 6 chapters also talks about impersonal Brahman and Paramatma and Bhagavan. These three aspects of the supreme absolute truth. These three are exist in Krishna. But who takes only about his impersonal Brahman is a partial religion, partial. And you take Paramatma is a partial, but Bhagavan is the full. And one who accepts Bhagavan automatically accepting other two features as well. But who accepts only impersonal, they're not accepting other two. But that's what also explains from chapter 1 to 6. And again, 7 and 8 also in the Bhagavad Gita gives Misrama Bhakti, Karma Misrama Bhakti, Jnana Misrama Bhakti. Devotion mixed with tinge of devotion mixed with karma and jnana. Talks about that. Karma Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti. And coming to 9th and 10th chapters, Krishna talks about purely devotional service. Talks about this is the king of knowledge, the most secret of all secrets. What is that secret? What is the secret of devotional service?
Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam. That's what you're talking,
Yeah.
Prabhuji?
What is the secret? The secret here. So Prabhupada writes in the purpose, he is a very big purport. He says that the secret of all secrets is that we are part and parcel of Lord Sri Krishna. And our eternal duty is to serve him, because this gift of the human form of life is to serve the Supreme Lord and get out of this place. That's the only purpose of this human form of life. Okay, and that the secret is that you're the servant of the servant of the servant. We are the part and parcel of Lord Sri Krishna, and you have to serve him eternally. That is the topmost secret, right? We are not body. We always say we are not body, we are the soul. What's the meaning of soul? Soul has same characteristics as super soul Krishna,
Supreme.
right? Sat, Chit, Ananda. Soul has no death, right? No birth, no death. Na jayate muite va kadachin. So all these things get the same, like a super soul, but in the quantity we are very minute. And it is the purest knowledge. It is a very, very purest knowledge. The knowledge is that what we have been meant for, that gives. Tell me in anything in this world which gives that, hey, you are this, you have to do that one. Purest knowledge. You are a servant of the Lord, you have to serve him. That is the bottom line of the existence of this human form of life. That is what we have been meant for, but we don't use that opportunity properly. We have been meant for only serving the Supreme Lord. What is that? There are so many Dullabha Manava Janma. Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayor. Vacham, Abrish Maharaj explains, Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindayor. Vacham Shivai Kunta Gunana Varnane. Karo Harer Manjara Marjana Desho. How this body has to be utilized for the service of Krishna. Hands can be used to clean the temple of Krishna. Legs can be used to walk to the temple of Krishna. Eyes can be used for the looking the beauty of Krishna. Ears can be used for the hearing Krishna Katha. Tongue can be used for the tasting the Krishna Prasadam. So every part of the body has to be spiritualized. Then we are situated in our real constitutional position being the servant of the Lord. Here, Prabhupada writes beautifully, the moment we accept Krishna is impersonal Brahman, and that is a kind of a atheism. But the moment we accept Krishna as a person, we can do all these things. Krishna is giving education, secret of all secrets, the purest knowledge. And because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, the moment you do more and more devotional service to Krishna, you can feel that. It gives direct perception. You can perceive the happiness by slowly realizing. And it's a perfection of the religion, right? The definition of the religion is dharma. But dharma is that which the definition is dharma is that a object which is made of certain characteristics. For example, if you take any object, for example, water, the dharma of water is liquid, okay? And dharma of any fruit is the taste of that fruit. And dharma of our living entity, our living entity is that we are the servants of the Lord. So that is our dharma. That is meant to serve the Supreme Lord. That's our religion. That's our dharma. And if means that means that our intrinsic characteristics of an object. That means our soul intrinsic character is to serve the Supreme Lord. That is our dharma. And it is everlasting. The devotions that we perform to Krishna is everlasting. That means that is eternal bank account. And it's joyfully performed. Any devotee seeing coming crying to temple. Nobody come to temple while crying, right? Come with happiness. They come, hear Krishna Katha, and they eat prasadam, honor prasadam, and talk to the devotees. They meet. If I don't see a Vaishnava coming to don't 1 week, then we feel, oh Prabhu, why didn't you come? It looks like months you did not come. Because we miss the association of the Vaishnavas. That's why in the 10th chapter, he explains the next chapter. Krishna explains what is it? Machita mat kada prana podayanta parasparam katayantasya mam nityam tushanti cha ramanti cha. My devotees are always converse about me, okay, and talk about Krishna Katha, enjoy, and teach each other about Krishna's glories, and they enjoy the whole process. That's why it's joyfully performed. There's no question of complaining. If you ask me to work from 8 to 5, I work because I have to work. I don't like my work, but I want a paycheck, right? We work for that. But in coming to Krishna conscious activities that we joyfully do. Why? Because reciprocation comes from Krishna and reciprocation from the devotees. You enjoy so much conversing about Krishna. Okay, that's why here Prabhupada writes beautifully that the atheism doesn't work out, and merging with the supreme personal impersonal Brahman is not the right way. That's not considered the devotional service. Okay. And here, next line, Prabhupada explains that in the verse in Bhagavatam indicates the desire for liberation is completely rejected. That is, as I said, a pure devotee of the Lord, is not looking for the complete liberation. He doesn't care where God puts me. Okay, and wherever, for example, when senior disciples of Prabhupada leaves, we what we say, we did not say Maharaj went to spiritual world. We say Maharajas have went to other planet to serve with Srila Prabhupada. It means the service attitude, the service mode that has been propagated. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? He came. Why did he come? There are several reasons he came, internal, external reasons. But because he wanted to show how a devotee should behave, how a devotee should act, and how he has to respond, how he has to perform devotional service. He has shown all those things by himself. He became an example for us to show. And also, he's the one who gave all these 5 mellows to relationships. They were not there before. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called, is the most munificent incarnation, right? I have a notes on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I just want to give you lines on that one. Where's my notes? DB fields, only site. Yeah, I had to search for it anyway. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is called the most munificent incarnation. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratisya Namaha. So he is the only one who gives this Krishna Prema, which love of Godhead. Let me see if I have anything here. Yeah, anyway, so that's how the information about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this shloka talking about, okay? I'm looking Chaitanya, this is the incarnation of avatars of Vishnu, let me say. Avatars of Vishnu, I'm looking, it is somewhere here. That file I saved somewhere. Address operation. But anyway, so that's how it is described here. Okay, and what else we're talking about here? Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's advent, right? So yeah, so in the 9.2, Prabhupada beautifully explains that how devotional service has to be avyayam, and also he says avyayam means it doesn't change with time, everlasting. Whatever devotion we perform to Lord Sri Krishna is everlasting. Everlasting in the sense that what we do in this lifetime, and we may become some other species in the next lifetime, right? But our eternal account is completely written, and it won't be eradicated. It will be done. For example, if in this lifetime we have acquired about 10 credits for this devotional service, the next lifetime we have those 10 credits will start from the 11th grade onwards. That's the beauty of it. Okay. I think I'm looking for my notes. I'm not finding where that's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also, he is called very, right, what is that? His characteristics are like, he himself the came in the form of Srimati Radharani and Krishna's combination. You all know that, right? To feel the ecstatic symptoms Srimati Radharani was feeling. So, yeah, let's see. Anybody else has any points to add here?
Only Prabhuji, I had one question. In Sarupya and Sasti, Mukti, do they go to the Vaikuntha planet, or they just stay?
No,
Because
for example, see,
everybody
Salokyam,
stays on a Vaikuntha planet.
which one you spoke
All,
about?
all four Mukti, Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, Sasti,
yes.
we talked. They all go to Vaikuntha, but they
Yes.
get us opalescence and those things.
Absolutely. All four go except Sayujya.
Right.
Right. And this we can do, but a pure devotee, Prabhupada writes, pure devotee does not accept these five kinds of existence, even if they're
Right.
offered.
They want
Because
just to be
our
Dasanudas.
our duty is to serve the Supreme Lord wherever we are. You give me, you put me in the hell also, that is fine with me, but I want to serve you. That is actually that is the beyond this way, that's called pure bhakti or something. I forget the word. There was a word, pure bhakti we are finding. Like when the pure bhakta doesn't desire for any kind of liberation. For
So
the
they feel
liberation for him,
Satchitanand.
what was it?
They always feel a Satchitanand.
Yeah, there
Anywhere
are
they go.
Satchitananda, but because when they are serving the Supreme Lord, that's what they wanted all the time. They wanted that one, the serving the Supreme Lord 24/7. You put me wherever, I don't care. That kind of liberation. Yeah. Any more questions?
No, it is very straightforward.
Very straightforward. Actually, I'm looking. Give me 1 minute, madam. I had very good notes on 1 second. I don't know this. I was extremely busy with work, so yeah. And this is our what you call bullet here. Raja Vidya
Mhm.
Guhyam. That is what
Rajaguhyam, Pavitra Vedam.
Raja Vidya means king of knowledge. Prabhupada. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made it possible because he started, when you see in this Kali Yuga, that Varnasrama system has totally broken. There is no Varnasrama system. So Prabhupada says, Kala Shudra Sambhava, everybody is a Shudra by birth. In that case, Mahaprabhu in this Kali Yuga, he established Yuga Dharma, right? And that Yuga Dharma is perfectly established. Doesn't matter what your birth and what your background is. That anybody can take up this. Any Chandala can take up this process and be immediately elevated to the platform of Vaishnava. That's the beauty in this Kali Yuga, because in different yugas we have different Yuga dharmas, and the process was very laborious, also very strainful. For example, in Satya Yuga, you have to meditate for thousands of millions of years to reach back to Godhead. And in Dwapara, in Treta Yuga, you have to elaborate yajnas performing. Then when you perfect in that yajna, then you go back to Godhead. And coming to Dwapara Yuga, elaborate deity worship. When we sit in front of deities for 20, 30 minutes, our legs start paining, our back start aching. But that elaborate deity worship has been given. That's the only way to go back to Godhead. But this Kali Yuga is so fallen. What is that? The symptoms of Kali Yuga? Prayena alpayushasabhya kalau asmin yuge jana manda sumanda matayo manda bhagyadi upadritaha. Manda, we are all lazy buggers in Kali Yuga. By default, we are lazy, and by default, four inherent negative factors are there: cheating propensity, imperfect senses, all these things are there. And that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave mercifully. He said, I did not give this kind of benediction in any yugas. Any yugas he did not give, and we give selflessly the name of Krishna. Anybody can chant, even Chandala can chant and become elevated to the platform of Vaishnava immediately. That is the benediction came. This benediction came from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and propagated by Srila Prabhupada, our divine grace. Though we don't deserve, he made us to qualify artificially because there's their mercy. That's why instead of doing that, accepting Krishna as a shapeless Mayavadam, it's like a atheism, like it's a suicide actually. Spiritual suicide, Prabhupada writes. The result to merge into impersonal Brahman is a subtle type of atheism. Subtle means subtle means it is like a very, what you call, very sophisticated way of telling I'm atheist when you're impersonal Brahman. Okay. Yeah. Anybody else has any more questions or any more points anyone's add here?
Prabhuji, nothing to do with this. I am just curious. In Jainism, the ladies become sannyasi. In Buddhism, ladies was becoming sannyasi. In ISKCON, we don't have, right? All men only take sannyas, but not the ladies. Is that right?
There are some, like I think we have one or two Prabhupada disciples, like but it is, I mean, there's some reasons that if somebody, see, Mataji, sannyasa is not the qualification to go back to Godhead. First of all, I wanted to make it clear.
Okay.
Sannyasa is not a qualification to go back to Godhead. Okay. And also, sannyasa is not recommended for everyone in the Kali Yuga. Why? Because in Kali Yuga, senses are very impetuous. For example, in the 5th chapter, Krishna explains, instead of taking sannyasa, do karma yoga.
Right.
Means stay in the grihastha be happy and serve Krishna. That is much, much better than taking sannyas and after that you go somewhere and again you may sometimes, the senses are so impetuous and you may fall down. Rather than that, stay home and karma sannyasa is not good. Karma yoga is better than karma sannyasa yoga. Because you see, the senses are very active. you cannot keep senses inactive for a long time. Rather, I would use my senses. For example, eating propensity. We all have eating propensity. How long I'm going to say I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to eat? You may take 1 day, 2 day, then you're frustrated. Rather, I would
Mhm.
cook prasadam, offer to Krishna, and eat happily.
Mhm.
That is karma yoga. What is karma sannyasa? Oh, I don't want to do this. Night, I don't want this. I don't want this. But that life becomes very frustrating at that point. And also, when you take sannyas, and there's a chance for fall down also sometimes. Rather, stay home. And again, very less percent of people take sannyas, and that's also based on the qualification, but it's not recommended. Taking sannyasa is not a qualification to go back to Govardhan. You have to remember that. Any ashrama, any varnashrama system, any ashrama, brahmachari, the Grihastha or Vanaprastha, Sannyasa, anybody. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Varnasrama Acharavato Purushena Parapiman Vishnu Aradyate. That means that whether you are in any Varna and Ashrama, Vishnu has to be worshipped. Krishna has to be worshipped. As long as you are doing that one, doesn't matter whether you are in the Sannyasa Ashrama, Grihastha Ashrama, or this Ashrama, that Ashrama.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, it's very clear. I understood.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and also women, why means women body limitations are there, women are easily cheatable, women are very, there are some reasons that, even now also when some woman is traveling alone, we are a little bit worried, right, Mataji? Because
Mhm.
because of their bodily nature, they are easily cheatable and they're very this one. So we have those some it's not that they are less intelligent, but their bodily functions are a little different. That's why we'll take care of them very well. And sannyasa is not the qualification to go back to Godhead.
Very
Hare
clear.
Krishna,
Thank you.
Prabhuji.
Yes.
Please accept my humble obeisance, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. I can share what Radhanath Maharaj has said about sannyas.
Sure, Prabhuji. Go ahead.
Sannyas is not the dress. Sannyas is not a status. Sannyas is a state of mind, your consciousness.
Absolutely.
So a person, doesn't matter whether he's male or female, a person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is a sannyasi.
Right. Absolutely.
So, it's not the person who's wearing a orange dhoti or carrying a three dandi or a one dandi.
Yeah.
So that is what sannyas is. And as what you mentioned, the Matajis, I mean, in the traditional Vanaprastha system, the man does sannyas. Sannyas is now he moves away from everything. All the varnashram is to get your consciousness to Krishna consciousness, to elevate one's consciousness to a Krishna consciousness.
Absolutely.
So when the person is in sannyas, he is more fully focused, so to say, in Krishna because all other obligations are taken care of.
Right.
And the women, by maintaining their ashram, considering that they say the woman is the fairer sex in the sense that she's more delicate, cannot, there are certain stipulations of a sannyasi. And what you rightly said is, she needs to be protected. So from father's house, husband's house, son's house, that is the different stages for a Mataji. But most important is the consciousness.
Right.
And there are so many sannyasis whose consciousness is fully absorbed in Krishna and serving Krishna, but they would be grastis, they would be um, brahmacharis and different ashramas. Hare Krishna.
Absolutely, Prabhuji. And that's why in the fifth chapter he says karma yoga is better than karma sannyasa. That's all. Means, as Prabhu says, sannyasa yoga means you're completely linked with the Supreme Lord, consciousness. Then what else you need? That's all, finally. Karma. Actually, that's a very beautiful shloka. I'll just give me 1 second. I'll show you. Even though I'll show this example, the fifth chapter, chapter 5, Karma Yoga. Here, Mataji. God, Krishna, Arjuna is asking, Okay, oh Krishna, first of all, you asked me to. Are you able to see my screen, Mataji?
Yes,
Arjuna
Prabhuji.
said, oh Krishna, first of all, you asked me to renounce work. And then again recommended work with devotion. Now, will you kindly tell me definitely which of the two is more beneficial? Then look at that. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Sannyasa Karma Yogascha Nishreya Sakara Ubhav Tayostu Karma Sannyasat Karma Yoga Vishishyate. Karma Yoga is better. Look at that. The personality of God replied, the renunciation of work and work and devotion both are good, but two of the
Devotional
two,
service
work
is
in
better.
devotional service is better than renunciation of work.
Renunciation of work.
It means when you work in devotional service, what does it mean? You are not acquiring any karmic reaction because you're in Krishna consciousness. But on the other hand, if you renounce work and you fall down, it's going to be a big problem. And also, how long you will renunciate? I don't want to eat, I don't want to sleep. The body has all these functions. We have senses that are impetuous. Okay, they need some engagement. Engage in Krishna consciousness, which is devotional service. Cook nice prasadam, make chappan bhog, offer to Krishna and eat nicely, sleep nicely. Why you want to torture your body by fasting, doing this and that? Who nobody told.
Right.
Krishna never said that. Okay, you fast and eat happily and serve me. That's it.
Only Krishna said Ekadasi, do Ekadasi.
Yeah. Ekadashi also, Ekadashi prasadam Mataji, you can make more items than normal prasadam. Devotees make Ekadashi prasadam also. So, karma yoga vishishyate. Tayostu karma sannyasat, karma yoga vishishyate. As Manandra Prabhu said that, our linking with the Supreme Lord is perfect, elevating our consciousness. That is what matters a lot. As he said, no, any clothes, any ashrama, doesn't matter. That's what here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explaining that impersonal liberation is like a spiritual suicide. That's why Mahaprabhu came, established a Yuga Dharma. What is Yuga Dharma of Kali Yuga? Congregational
Chant
chanting of Hare
Mahamantra.
Krishna.
Hare
Mahamantra,
Krishna,
yes,
Hare Krishna.
congregational chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Exactly. That's it. We can associate with the Supreme Lord because Krishna invested all his Nama, Guna, Rupa, Leela in the name of Krishna. Kalikala Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. He came in the form of name that is given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so beautifully. Congregational chanting. When you do Hare Krishna in the Kirtan in the temple, how happily you feel that. You connect your supreme consciousness, you are conscious with the supreme consciousness, the resonance takes place. They both become the same frequencies, then start jumping and dancing. That's what recommended by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? Because Nama is in the Kali Yuga is Chintamani. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. Such a beautiful Nama Chintamani. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained. Chintamani means it's a wish-fulfilling desire tree in Kali Yuga. Right? So that's how it is mentioned. I think I have only that much. Yeah. Any more questions or anybody who wants to like to add any points? Please go ahead. Feel free. So that's the one, like, I like that Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta, Abhinnatvam Nama Namino. What is Abhinnatvam Nama Namino? There's no difference between name of Krishna and form of Krishna. When Krishna himself comes in front of you and Nama is there, Nama has more potency than Krishna himself. Why? In Kali Yuga, Nama Guna Rupa Lila has been invested in the name of Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nam Namakari Bhuda Nija Sarva Shakti, Tatrapita Nimita Smaranena Kala. He invested all his potencies in the name of Krishna, and you can chant anywhere, everywhere. In the restroom, while passing stool also, you can check the name of Krishna. That powerful name of Krishna in Kali Yuga, where he invested all his energies. Nam Namakari Puja Nija Sarva Shakti. And that has been enunciated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's what he gave see, this human form of is a gift of the God. Okay, and this human form is only meant for self-realization. If you are not doing that, we are doing everything else. It's like a donkey's work. In Bhagavatam says that na utpadaye yadiratim shramaya evahi kevalam. Our work is a donkey's work if you are not properly situated in the devotional service to the Supreme Lord. That's our actually, my spiritual master says that what is the perfect stage of a living entity? Being a devotee is a perfect state. That is our constitutional position. That's what we have been meant for. If you are not doing that, that's it. You are nowhere. That's what Mahaprabhu's gift to the Kali Yuga. It's a he gave, Mahaprabhu gave which we don't deserve it. Namo Maha Vadanyaya.
Vadanaya,
Most
Krishna Prema
merciful
Pradayaka.
incarnation. In March, April, March, we are getting Nityayana Trayodashi. Then Gaura Purnima comes. Right? Mahaprabhu's advent, Gaura Purnima. That Narottam Das Thakur writes, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Daya Kara More, Tumabina Ke Dayalu Jagat Samsare. He's the one who made whole world into spiritualism. Mahaprabhu's. He gave most, what you call, I mean, no words to express for his magnanimity. Any more? Anybody wants to add any more points here? That's all I have.
Only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came only 500 years ago, but
Yes.
all sampradayas and all people doesn't know even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah, I know. Even in South India, I was not aware about him.
Because I came from the, Dada Bhagwan and Swadhyay, never mentioned about Chaitanya. Until I came to ISKCON, I came to know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he spread it so much, but still not accepted by everybody.
Right. Only, I think, West Bengal, some parts of Orissa, because Jagannath Puri Mahaprabhu lived and ended his pastimes in Jagannath Puri. You know how Mahaprabhu ended his pastime in Jagannath Puri? It's a nice, interesting story.
No, we do not know.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, we'll take that from the class. So it's a beautiful. He used to live in called Gambira. And finally,
Please share with us. Thank you.
Huh?
Please share with us, Prabhu.
No, he used to live a place called Gambira in Jagannath Puri. Finally, Mahaprabhu, see how the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, no, is none other than Krishna, Radha and Krishna combination. And it explained in Srimad Bhagavatam also, right? Advent of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there is a hold on. Tota Gopinath temple in Puri, Jagannath. From Puri Jagannath temple is a walkable distance. So in the Tota Gopinath temple, Mahaprabhu actually ended his pastimes. There is the Tota Gopinath, on his leg, there is a small slit is there. And the Shastra says that Mahaprabhu went into that slit and he disappeared from there. When you go to that temple, Tota Gopinath temple, Pujari, early morning darshan, Pujari shows that slit to all of us. That's how Mahaprabhu ended his pastimes in this material world.
Prabhuji, that Krishna was standing and then he actually sat, right? Because he.
Who is this iPhone 8? I'm not sure. There is no name.
Prabhuji, this is me and Radha Puri. I have to change the name.
Oh, yeah, it's better, Mataji. I thought iPhone is talking, I was surprised.
No, I will change my name. Prabhuji, but that's a story, right? That Pujari wanted to serve the Krishna with his with the best of his ability, but then getting old, then Krishna himself sat. He was in the standing position before, and then he sat, right? That was I don't know whether that's the right thing, right story.
Any more questions?
No, Prabhuji.
Yeah, sorry, I got a very short notice to prepare for this class. Simaj Prabhu called me around, noon time. I didn't have much time. I was working. I didn't prepare very well. So excuse me if I have spoken something which doesn't coincide with Shastra or which, not appropriate. Please excuse me and pardon me.
No, Prabhuji, it was a good what you shared. I was sharing about, I don't know whether you heard me, that he was Tota Gopinath, Krishna was in the standing position before, right? And he sat down because Pujari wants to serve him, because he was getting old to serve him. Is that true, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Any more questions?
No, Prabhuji. We
Okay.
don't have any.
Thank you.
Neeru
Simaj
Mataji,
Prabhu.
can you hear my voice?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, we
Hare
can hear
Krishna,
you,
Prabhuji.
Mataji, Anuradha Mataji.
Oh, you heard me. I didn't get
Yeah,
response from
but I don't
Prabhuji.
know why
Why
Prabhu is
Prabhuji is
unable
not
to
able to
hear.
answer my question? Huh?
Oh yeah, you've been telling twice or thrice, but he's unable to hear you. I'm not sure what's
Yeah.
going on. Prabhuji, can you hear her voice?
I can hear Vajna Prabhu, we are talking.
Yeah, but
I can hear her. No,
Anuradha
I'm not
Mataji
able
was
to hear her
talking.
voice.
Oh, really?
Hare
Okay.
Krishna, Prabhuji. Can you hear me? This is Anjana.
Yes, Mataji, I can hear you.
Oh, nice, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
It's
that's
very
strange.
nice to hear you. My question is this in India that Mahakumbh is on.
Yes.
So we also mentioned one point about sannyasis, like it's not necessary, right, to be sannyasi or sadhu, but in Mahakumbh, so many sadhu and sannyasis are there. So do ISKCON sannyasis attend that or not?
I think I know few Maharajas went there too. Okay. And other sannyasis, Mataji, I don't want to speak of them. How many true sannyasis are, how many, it's not our business to talk, but
No,
yeah.
no, Prabhu, just generic, do they attend? I know about the ISKCON, like that prasadam distribution is on there.
Yeah, Gauranga Prabhu is doing heavy service there.
Yes, I have seen some videos.
Yeah.
But for that snan, like Shahi snan, they mentioned. So I mostly see other sadhus, but I was just wondering if the ISKCON sannyasi is also taking
Some
snan there.
Maharajas might have gone. I don't know.
Okay.
But some Maharajas might have gone. It's like a auspicious time, right? So
Yes, yes.
yeah, I don't know information about which Maharajas went, which did not. So yeah.
Okay.
Mataji, the thing of
Uh-huh.
going to Kumbh Mela and all these auspicious times is because it helps develop our spiritual consciousness. But we have to be so thankful to Prabhupada and the Guru Parampara that they make literally every moment auspicious. So they have given us the processes and the means by which people go and have a bath in the Ganges and Mother Ganga, and it is said all the sins get washed away. But here, just sitting wherever you are, Prabhu said, even in the toilet, just bathing yourself in the holy name, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
That's it.
That itself is, thousands and millions of Kumbh Mela cannot compare to that, because all these places will wash away whatever is the sin, etc. But like Hati Snana, we'll accumulate it again. And Mahamantra,
Yeah.
Mahamantra will remove the propensity to sin.
Right. It also said that the chanting of Mahamantra is Sarvatirthastan, Sarvatapodan. Right? Means that Mahamantra chanting would give the benefit of taking bath in all the holy places, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Godavari, Narmada, Kaveri, just by sitting in your room by chanting the glories of Krishna. And Sarvatapo Dan is equal to giving the charity to the Brahmanas, etc., by just taking the name of Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. When we chant, we feel that.
Yeah.
It's really
You're
special.
so great, Mother. You're feeling that. I'm really appreciate that. You're feeling that. That's a feeling we need to have. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, Prabhuji. It's like there are no words to explain that.
Absolutely.
Yes, and also like when we do Tulsi Puja and we do parikrama and we also say that prayer, na Yani Kani Chapa Pani. I think that's also to remove the sins, right?
Absolutely. Yani Kani Brahma
Yes.
Hatyadi Kani Cha.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think as Brahma Amrita Prabhu said that we don't, I mean, again, I'm not saying no, we don't have to do anything else. Just follow the process Prabhupada gave. Will be, that's what, Parama Vidya, Parama Guyam. The Guyam is given to us, Mataji. Topmost secret is given to us, though we don't deserve it. We have to underline that point. We don't claim that I deserve it. Though we don't deserve, they gave it to us. That is their mercy. The Prabhupada mercy is, he made us to qualify, though we are not qualified. But people say, what kind of mercy Prabhupada gave? He made us to qualify artificially. But we have to keep it up with that one.
Yes, Prabhuji. That's like it's so there. We don't know how we can be so thankful to Prabhupada or Prabhupada's Guruji also when I saw the
Bhakti Siddhanta
picture.
Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Yeah.
Yes. And that was also very like.
Only can thankful to him by following his process will be, and following his process and implementing his rules and regulations, and if possible, bring some more people to Krishna consciousness. That way Prabhupada will be happy.
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, is it like possible also, like there are so many prayers, there is one session when we can like discuss about the prayers with the meaning, with the better understanding?
Can you repeat your question, Mataji? I'm
Like
really
when we do the prayers, like any prayers, there has a meaning, right?
Yes.
Some prayers are in Bengali, like,
Yes.
and so is it possible that we can have one like session on like some prayer, or maybe within the session we can
That really helps,
understand?
because when you the meaning, then you chant with feeling.
Exactly.
Absolutely, that makes sense. Because, even before chanting, we do a lot of other prayers also. Nityananda Prabhu prayers,
Yes.
Nityananda Vadutendra, Rosda Prana, Vallabha, Janav Jividapati, Krishna Prema Pradap Prabhu. I do all these prayers, Namo Namo Mahavadanyaya, all these things we do before chanting to attract their mercy, that's all. So, as you said, if you know the meaning, then your feeling will be different.
Now, as you said, Prabhuji, you chant before the chanting. We don't know what to chant before chanting also, right? So,
I think our Prabhus, each one has their own set of prayers,
okay,
some
okay.
of them. But most of them, again, they're nothing from different places. Everything with Vaishnava Sampradaya from our gurus, but, yeah. Everything from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. It's nothing different from anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
But I agree with you, definitely. As you know the meaning, then your feeling will be different. Meaning and feeling.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Anybody else has any more questions to go? So finally, can we, Mela is going, right? Let us do our Mela here. Let us, all of us, unmute your mics. Okay, if you don't show your face, that's okay. Can we chant Hare Krishna Maha 3 times? So is our Kumbh Mela today. Everyone,
Sure,
unmute
Prabhuji.
your mics. Okay, let us together all up. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
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 Krishna
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 Krishna,
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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
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 Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
four
Hare.
Hare,
times. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare Rama,
Ram,
Playing
Ram
Hare
now.
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama.
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Ram, Hare
Rama
Ram,
So
Rama,
you
Ram.
got
Hare
all
Hare.
the benefits of Kumbh Mela.
Prabhuji, Kumbh Mela has started today or it already started, no?
I don't know the date
Yesterday,
exactly.
yesterday, Mataji.
Okay. It
Yes,
started yesterday?
yesterday was the Shahi Snan, and I think day before that it started.
Challo.
Oh,
Hare
it's for
Krishna.
the. Oh, okay, okay.
Hmm.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Very
Thank you
nice.
so much.
Thank you for
Thanks for
doing
all
that
your
for us.
association. Thanks.
Thank you so
Hare
much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Nanda Prabhu.
Vancha
Thank you.
kalpatarubhyascha
Thank you,
kripa
Prabhuji.
sindhubhya evacha
Devacha.
patitanam
Nam
pavanebhyo
Vaishnavi
Vaishnavyo, Vaishnav.
Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila
Jai.
Prabhupada
Gaur
ki
Namah.
jai.
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 Govardhan Prabhuji ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Jai Prabhupada.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.